Hi,
Nice.
Bob. Bob, do you have a last name?
Yes, I do. I just wanted to let you know that
Can I
we're
have
all
your
very.
last name, please, Bob?
Were your parents supposed to give you one?
No. What is your full name?
Oh, Bob Ryder.
Ryder?
Like like the guy who rides stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that we're all gonna miss Terry. She was a great boss. Everyone loved her. Aside from the pimps.
Who's all? Who's we all?
The staff. She was a great boss. He seems like pretty forthright. But we had a.
Can I do an empathy roll on this guy, or is it just too much concussions?
Go ahead and give me an empathy roll. There's plenty of concussions. You see Wrestling Ratchet grinning at him like that. You got hit in the head a lot, didn't you?
Because right in castles, you get hit with a dunny door.
Sure, roll that empathy shit.
Empathy. Yay!
He says he appears to be pretty forthright and like, and he says we'd had a prostitution problem in the past. Guests complained they got solicited in the hotel bar, but Terry cracked down and cleared out the working girls. But a couple weeks ago, she got an anonymous threatening call. And she said it was just one of the prostitutes and stuff, and she was mad.
Okay, so I passed my empathy roll. Does it sound like this guy's just going off a script? Or
no, he's wanting to be. He appears to be eager.
When did she receive the threatening phone call again?
About 2 weeks ago, Coach. I mean, detective.
No, Coach is fine.
Okay, Coach.
Did she ask you to look into this at all, or she just
No,
brought it up?
I asked her if she wanted me to. She said not to worry about it. Everything was fine.
Apparently, everything wasn't fine.
The call, was it made directly to her, or?
We'll get a dump of the phone logs from the phone company. Let's see, 2 weeks ago, run that lead down.
Okay, Coach.
Not you. I'm talking to my fellow detectives here. Don't worry about it.
Together we can win the big one, Coach.
Just stay focused, Bob.
He says and charges out the door.
Go for Seek Champion.
You hear him charging down the hallway going, yeah, number one.
It's high quality. You just can't find them like that anymore.
Nope.
The detective looks back in.
A walking brick wall.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe we can get an idea if we dump the logs from our phone for a 2-week period. See if anything stands out.
All right, so do we want to grab anything else from here to take back to the station?
Laptop needs to be bagged and brought to the.
See with the USB stick.
This USB stick, we are going to analyze ourselves.
Possibly the makeup bag.
We should take a sample of the. We need to take a sample of the blood on the desk and compare it to her blood to make sure it's the same blood.
Take a narrative card, Corey.
And
what about the coins? Are they in like any particular order?
No, they appear to be kind of mysterious to you as to why somebody would leave random coins on their desk. It's just kind of a weird thing. Give me anthropology rolls.
Anthropology.
Cool. As far as you know, it's a football player thing. Football players like to leave change laying around. That way it doesn't jingle.
Hey!
Oh,
Wait,
wow.
I actually know stuff.
Damn. You know that there are some cultures, Vince, that leave coins out. There's various cultures that leave coins out because money is said to attract money. So it's something that merchants would do from various parts of the world.
There's also the idea of the ferryman and the coins for him and that type of stuff too.
Correct.
I tell them this, of course.
Okay. He says some really knowledgeable shit. You guys just slowly look at him. Even the guy from outside who's guarding the door kind of.
He learned Spanish and anthropology.
We should bag the coins anyway for editing.
Are there cameras in the CSI kit thing, or?
Yes, absolutely.
So I'd like to just take a picture of we'll take pictures of the blood
Everything.
and the coins and blah, blah, blah.
Give me a photography roll to make all your wildest dreams of it come true. Failure means you get a lot of selfies and some with like Vince and Corey dubbing and shit.
I'm actually not bad at photography.
Everybody has cameras in their kit. You guys can all snap away if you'd like.
All
I
right.
think I need to take my cap off.
Like, Wrestling Rad's attempting to get a new kind of dick pic.
Yay! I know photography.
God damn. Apparently he's good at everything. You guys are taking a lot of... It looks like the other two are like in some sort of picture off against each other where they're trying to blind each other with the flash. You get pictures of all the time.
It's a flash war.
Yeah. Yes.
Man, I can't roll shit today.
They keep taking the pictures and yelling Gordon at each other. Flash, Gordon, Flash, Gordon, Flash, Gordon.
Flash. Oh.
I need to watch that. I think.
Just tell your dad you'd like to see the old fart movies so you can be schooled.
Oh no, we have Flash Gordon on DVD. I know for sure.
Yeah, just ask him for his watch list, or sometime send me a message and ask for my watch list. I've got him on IMDb in order of how I thought of them. Get you schooled in the old fart movies and shit. So yeah, that way you know what people are babbling about. Yeah. Eventually you'll pull your list on somebody younger than you and they'll resent you for it. So, right, you guys have gotten a bunch of pictures of each other. He got a bunch of pictures of the crime scene. You're both blinking back.
Tiger. You're a tiger. Okay, now you're lemming.
It shows the patrolman outside guarding the door. Don't look over. Don't look over. Don't look over.
Oh. No.
Cool. So after that, you guys wanted to do what?
Well, we got a ton of forensics evidence to process, so I think probably we should head to the forensics office.
Cool. You guys go walking back out. I'm assuming you want to go back out the way you came in, like cut through the entire hotel, as opposed to go out the nearby back door and then walk away around the hotel.
What are the local...
Oh no, I am going to go right through the lobby very slowly, and obviously a police officer here on some import.
Lugging a huge CSI kit.
Yeah, definitely. And start all the rumors and stuff just to upset the desk manager.
I like it. Are you guys wanting to do that as well with him?
I want to do some more research about the local gangs. Because earlier Bob mentioned pimps.
You're wanting to research local gangs where?
Near the hotel or the...
That would mean wandering off from these guys. That'd mean like going out of the hotel, they go right to head to the car, you go left, lugging a huge CSI kit. So, is that what you're telling me?
So gangs don't usually run the prostitution trade. The pimps are usually separate entities from the gangs themselves. So you could do gang research, but generally they're more corner hustlers, drugs, guns, that type of stuff. You want to look at like independence. So pimps really are very independent and usually run a stable in a particular area. So if you find a prostitute, you can find her pimp. That pimp is usually independent. You can usually probably find who ran the prostitutes in this particular area, whose stable that is, and
I give Corey credit for that. He is, and he's been married for a long time, dude. You'll understand someday. Anyway,
you gotta read the book. Pimps up, hoes down.
Eventually, you'll get to assign who is your bottom bitch. So as you're slowly
green is for the money, gold is for the honey.
As you're ominously heading out, everybody give me a spot hidden roll. After Dr. Yang gives you his dissertation on pimps and stuff, and you possibly even include, the love between a pimp and his hoe is a special kind of thing. But those who made their spot hidden notice that there's one lady in the hotel bar who's making meaningful eye contact with every man in the place, even the fat, old, ugly, and some women.
Hey.
She sees you guys. She swings around, faces the bar, hunches shoulders slightly.
There you go. That's your chance. That there, she's working.
All right.
Go on.
I walk over.
Okay. She's like, oh, I was just leaving, she says. Here's what she looked like, middle, bottom, right.
Middle, bottom, right?
Uh-huh.
Ooh, she's pretty.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is a super high-end place. You're not going to get the crack hose here.
Nice.
Do you guys head over there with him to keep an eye on him?
Or a good 500 to 600 plays in there.
Just keeping some distance. Let him work his magic.
Watch. It's like 8:30 to 9, or have we been here for about an hour?
More than, it's probably getting closer to noon, because processing stuff correctly and taking notes and all that shit and going slow to make sure you don't miss anything takes a while. She looks nervously at you. Is this some sort of bust, she says?
No, just stay calm. Mind if I just get your name?
Yes.
Oh, this would be good.
All right. Your name is...
She just looks at you. What do you want? She says.
Your name. What's your name?
I don't want to talk to you.
Well, there is a murder here, and...
Oh my God, she says. Who died?
It was a terrible tragedy.
Who suffered a terrible tragedy? Bartender comes over. Oh, Terry, he says. Which Terry? Which Terry, she says.
Terry Purcell.
No. The bartender goes, God damn it. Drinks on the house. He tells the two other people who are sitting there, big, like, yay. He goes and pours them drinks. She's like, I can't believe she's dead. How did she die?
For reasons I cannot discuss that with the public yet. You may be a possible witness, so...
I didn't kill her. I didn't know she was dead. How could I witness anything?
Well, because you have a morning shift, I just want to get your name and your ID.
No. Listen, we would never hurt Terry. We loved her.
Everyone here, she was a saint to us all, but
She nods. That's right.
I'm not getting it.
Corey, mute. We're arguing.
I'd rather have all the pieces of the puzzle kind of jumbled than have some pieces missing, if that makes sense. So that's why I want your name.
No.
And is there a specific reason why not?
Yes.
That is
I don't want to talk to you.
because.
You're the police.
So
I'm not telling you anything.
So
About
you don't
me.
want to help me solve this poor lady's death?
I'll tell you anything I know about that, but I'm not telling you my name.
I walk up behind Vince, and I'll whisper in his ear, just go ahead and arrest her and bring her to the station. She'll probably be more forthright with her information.
You can call me Carly, she says, or not Carly. Sorry, you can call me Elizabeth.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, not Carly, Elizabeth.
I've never heard that
sorry.
line before.
Elizabeth.
So yeah, just slap the cuffs on her. Bring her in for
Elizabeth.
prostitution.
She produces her fucking driver's license.
Oh, there you go.
All right, thanks.
Hey, what Elizabeth was it?
Sure. What do you want?
Whatever. I just one question, and then I'll let my partner continue his conversation with you. Terry.
That's
Terry,
a conversation?
whatever he's doing, I'm not sure. Terry looked out for you?
Oh, yeah. She's the reason most of us worked here.
Right. So she was your pimp.
No.
Sorry.
She didn't get any cut of the money at all. She would sneak us in the back, and when we were done with our consultations, she would take us back out the back.
You're escorting?
We are consultants.
Sure. Right.
We were consulting.
Then who did get the cut?
Our managers.
And the manager is?
Somebody else who really loved Terry.
Okay, look, we could do this a different way. We could just take you downtown and then see who bails you out. Generally, that would be your manager, I'm assuming. Or you could just tell us and avoid the whole headache of...
I'd rather get bailed out. I'd rather get bailed out. I'm not going to give up any names. No, take me to jail. Take me to jail.
Well, time is money, but...
I'll tell you. Well, yes, but I'll tell you, I don't know anything else. Yeah. Dude.
You do. You just don't want to tell us.
Well, yeah.
It's fine. That's fine. We deal with this all the time. Go ahead and put the cuffs on her. We'll take her downtown.
I'm gonna try to intimidate her. We lock up rapists, murderers, psychopaths. You really sure?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
My manager.
Officers to go ahead and bring her downtown.
No problem. The officers are happy to.
Okay. We'll visit you in lockup and see if maybe you change your mind.
Okay.
As they're doing this, so I want to see what kind of reactions we're getting from anybody else. Is there anybody else that's like been taking interest in this conversation?
Oh yeah, everybody at the fucking bar and the bartender. Yeah, and like when they drag her off, one of the guys looks at the bartender and goes, "Wait, she was a prostitute?"
Yeah, that's funny.
The bartender just looks at him like, "You didn't think it was odd when she like looked at you and licked her lips like that?" And he's like, "I thought she had like grease or something on her." And he's like,
All right. Got that fine looking Sheila, as my buddy Raskin would say, if he were here. Okay. All right. Well, we'll once she cools her heels a little bit and locked up, generally speaking, that tends to loosen tongues a little bit.
Yeah. No problem. You guys want to go where now? Back to the station, man?
I think, right?
Unless you want to drop Vince off in the middle of gang territory so you can walk around and go,
I would be
"You
here.
got any pictures?"
This is Little Village. It's the Latin King side of town. You speak Spanish, so you should be okay here.
He would love nothing better than being dropped off in gangbanger territory.
I'll be their donkey. They're gonna hit me. I don't want to be here. They're gonna make you lug everything around.
I think that'd be the most mild thing that could possibly happen to you there is being
Probably,
forced to
but,
carry. I want you to carry all
Have
my
excellent
bandanas.
tacos. Saying.
Carry all my extra bandanas with going to the washing machine. What? So, right. Got to the station. You guys eventually managed to find the room. I just need one person not to fucking fail a computer use roll, and then you can clone all the shit you've got so that you can put all that original stuff into Exhibit A type deal, and you can play with the other stuff. And if you fuck it up, you've got the original you're making our clone from. They've got software to do that.
Just computer use, right?
Yeah, just normal computer use.
Yeah,
they've got
computer use is not my greatest, so one of you blokes do it.
Yang goes, beep. There you go. Done. Okay, cool. You guys play with the stuff. Now, in reviewing the tapes, so God damn it, no, don't talk to me. Fucking whenever I say computer, my phone's like, I'm here, and I'm like, fuck off. So, right.
Oh, oops. Oh, well.
Anyway, there's a couple of interesting things on the recordings. 3 interesting things to be exact. The first interesting thing is there's like in one of the files, like the save the good file thing. There's a couple of guys sitting around and just talking in Arabic. You thought with the prostitutes and shit there'd be a lot more bang bang. That was not of interest. There's a couple of guys sitting around talking in Arabic.
I speak Arabic.
Roll that shit.
Nice. I speak a lot of languages but Arabic.
It's all up to Yang. Can he keep the Yang up? You're really not following it well, despite being fluent in Arabic. Something about water rights is as close as you can get.
Okay.
Now, there's a couple of other interesting videos.
Do we know what room this is? So maybe we can get a guest list and see.
No. If you can get a guest list released, which you would need a warrant for, that the judge may or may not want to give you.
It's a fucking murder.
Yeah, but they aren't proven that. You need a less tenuous connection to the victim between.
Hello, Judge. We think the murderer might be a resident at this hotel. May have been one of the guests. Can we please get just a list of the guests at the hotel?
Oh, these guys were there like a week ago or something. So yeah, but anyway, in a different one, there was a guy comes in wearing a gorilla mask, and then he appears to be kind of a largish guy, and he carefully looks around the room. He takes all the towels, takes the bed sheets off, and then he carefully, methodically goes through and covers every mirror and reflective surface. In fact, there's like a freestanding mirror, like one of the kind you can pick up and go, how is my hair and shit? And he covers that with a pillowcase, and then he double checks the room. Then he takes off the gorilla mask, and he looks like this. Hold on a second.
That there is a red herring. That there is just your average run-of-the-mill psychopath. He didn't do this.
And then he goes over and he opens the door and lets in 2 other people that look like this. No matter where you move the card to, Jay, there's always something else. And then they come into the room and they begin, very obviously to you guys, after he closes the door and stuff, they begin casting spells of some sort. Then, does anybody have analyze magic? Try for it at half if you do. No. Or try to learn at half if you don't. Yeah, build them skills.
Okay. I'll do that. Checking out.
At a quarter.
God damn. They seem to be like personal protective spells of some sort.
You're casting protective spells.
And then they sit down, and then they wait around for like 5 minutes, and then there's a knock at the door. The powerfully built large black guy who had originally worn the mask goes over. He opens the door, and he lets in this guy who has 2 bodyguards with him. Lots of smiles and shit.
Is he Japanese?
What do you think?
Vietnamese.
Irish.
Yeah, Irish.
No,
Yeah.
no. I think he's Japanese. He looks Japanese.
Okay. Then they go over to the table. The lady, and the guy, not the black guy, is doing the glaring back and forth of the Oriental featured man's 2 Oriental featured bodyguards. They're doing the glaring back and forth like, I'm super tough. And they're like, well, yeah, super tough as well. You know, that kind of thing. And all 3 of them pull out their like some sort of recording device or whatever. They set it on the table and they turn it on and crank up the volume. And it's 3 different kinds of music, loud, annoying music and shit that's going on. And they lean forward and they're like, blah, blah, blah. Now, if you want to make out what they're talking about, I will need a combination of read lips. And if you make that, a Mandarin roll.
Well, I have that skill. Hold on.
You gotta make the read lips first.
Oh, I know. I don't have that one, but
There you go.
hang on 1 second.
I have the eavesdrop card. Would that help in this situation?
Can you read
PC
the card?
PC overhears one conversation within 30 meters if they concentrate. Nothing thicker than average door between you and the conversation.
I would say because it's like a recording, no. If it was live, yes, definitely clever.
So lip reading first.
Okay, Corey, one of them's like, how can we be friends if you will not tell me where you bought the suit? And the guy's like, I cannot milk the cow unless you give me the bucket. And you're like, what is
Hey!
going on? Of course, Vince pulls lip reading out of his ass. Now, if he can suddenly shit some Mandarin language skill, then he's got this whole thing locked up.
Wait, which skill?
Mandarin.
Mandarin?
Yep. If you don't have it, then you can try it at your learn. If you make that as well, I will reach through the fucking screen and throttle you.
Damn it, I wanted that to work so bad.
Okay, so, all right.
Hey, do I recognize, like, okay, so first of all, are these guys Yakuza? Is there any clues or tips or anything that I could get to indicate that at all? Tattoos or glimpses of tattoos on the bodyguards or anything?
They seem to be wearing clothing that they're wearing suits that go all the way down to their wrists and such. Or you're like, it's going to be saved forever on YouTube, right?
Oh, I missed it, whatever it was.
Cool. So you don't see any clues of that, but everybody give me an empathy roll. After they talk for a bit, then you can tell by your empathy that...
Make an empathy roll? Is that what you're trying to do?
Apparently I'm not good at empathy.
Buy a quarter.
Wrestling Rad knows. Wrestling Rad always knows. He knows what's good for you.
He always knows.
Yeah, success.
Excellent. You guys can tell that whatever they were talking about, there was not an agreement reached. Then, as he gets up and is leaving with his 2 bodyguards, the Oriental featured man gives this look to the other 2.
Let me zoom in here.
That's a great facial expression.
War it is.
And then he leaves, and then they sit around for like 15 minutes. Then the white guy, white lady leave. Then the guy puts back on his mask, and he takes all the sheets and stuff off the mirrors, just tosses them on the ground, checks again, make sure all the shit's off of everything, and then he leaves. Then, in the third interesting video, the last interesting video, you see what appeared to be possibly a Chinese man and Chinese woman go into a hotel room. They each have a large bag with them. They then go to opposite ends of the room, strip off their outer clothes to where they're just wearing their underwear, open up the bags, and produce and put on panda suits. Then they sit around for an hour pretending to eat leaves of some sort, completely ignoring each other. Then they take off the panda suits and put back on their regular clothes and leave.
Either this is a weird kink, or this is distraction.
It's also what pandas do in the wild, so, you know.
Yeah, but they're not pandas.
Well, they think they're pandas for an hour.
They can do whatever they want to be.
Mm-hmm. So that's the interesting bits. There's a lot of really dull shit. There are some fucky scenes and stuff, and watching them in fast forward, you can just watch the woman go from interested into it, disappointed, just that quick.
Well, we need to find out if we can get the identities of the people that were in the spell casting stuff somehow. Other than that, I mean, Rasslin, you don't recognize anybody, right? Like as a business leader or somebody important in Chicago?
Were these any of the people that I networked with?
Possibly. Give me a business roll at half.
A business roll.
Because you know your business.
Nope.
Yeah, everything's fine. Thank God.
Okay, well.
Are they on like a wanted list or most wanted?
Yeah, you can run them through the system, see if anybody's wanted for anything.
What about streetwise? Would that help at all in this situation?
Not really. None of these guys really seem to be regular criminals and stuff like that. Vince, go ahead and reduce your hand down. You could very easily, if you wanted, make printouts of those faces from the group of people and stuff.
Yes, I was going to take still shots of all of their faces so that I can take the pictures to other people to see if they can identify them. So just so I have one of each of them.
Done.
How many 4 cards?
4.
Yes, you've been saying smart shit. You get cards when you say smart.
Does anyone want a Monopoly get a jail-free card?
The prostitute, probably.
Play one into her hand. She just springs herself and wanders off. And doesn't really know why.
Nah, go ahead and discard.
All
right. Has forensics figured out the blood on the desk is the blood even matches the type of blood from the victim?
Take a card. I was going to say it's way too soon to match DNA, but the blood type is the same.
Okay. Okay, so we'll have to wait a little longer to figure out if it's actually hers, but same type might be.
Yeah.
While we're here, do we want to take a closer look at the pen? See if there's anything special about that? See if it's actually a pen or...
You do so. It is actually an empty fountain pen. High-end, fancy.
Empty fountain pen.
That's
empty,
right.
like out of ink or no? It's probably from the washer.
Taking a closer look at it, is it possible there's anything hidden inside? Like if We open it up, or
You feel that you may not get plumb the mysteries of this pen. It is mysterious.
So
Does it write?
If it had ink in it, it might.
But there's no ink.
Zero ink.
And so it's a refillable fountain pen, right?
Wait,
Okay, so where'd the ink go?
good question.
Now, I have like two theories. One, it was in the washer, right?
Or you might want to mute yourself between your talking because it's like
I know, you can hear us.
So, two things. It was in the washing machine, right? So it was either washed and the ink got out somehow. All
not
right.
possible without regular ink.
Is there like a piece of paper or something I could try to write with and then get like a purple light?
Card, yes. When you shine the purple light and stuff, you can say that out loud, Jay. Oh, wait, I see. Oh. Give me a prestidigitation roll, Jay. No problem. Vince there is playing with the purple light, and he gets like a couple scratches on the paper, but also the whole pen lights up with that same weird stuff that you found on the inside of the washing machine.
Okay, so she had this pen on her because she was going to go sign some magical contract, likely in blood, with some demonic entity or some other scary thing. And then it just happened to be a casualty of the murder. So I'm thinking the pen itself is probably not that important, but it may have been a part of a magical contract or created a link with a magical contract. So we might be able to trace it with that.
Or you're thinking it's invisible ink that only shows under black light.
Or it's invisible ink.
Jay, you want to plus 10 assists?
all right, play the reroll.
They're looking at it. You're like invisible ink or demon contract. Yeah, either way.
I've really played a lot on a card. Nobody is useless. Your weapons are able to hit creatures that only special material weapons, silver, magic, etc. are required for this entire combat, like before rolling. So let's just say I have like a short sword, and I for some reason want it to be made out of magic. Is that what it does, or?
Well, yeah, like for example, let's say you've got your pistol and the werewolf is only harmed by silver bullets, for example. You play that card and then you shoot the werewolf and then it's fucked, as opposed to laughing at you.
Gotcha.
Or if there's a ghost and he goes, oh, and you play that card and then you shoot it and goes, what the fuck is going on?
Ghost cops!
That's right.
Okay, so if we think this is invisible ink, that means that something was written in invisible ink somewhere. So we should go back and go over everything with the stupid black light and see if we can find writing anywhere.
Well, I think we went over the office with the black lights, because both Vince and I did that.
Yeah.
Do we think she wrote on a normal piece of paper? Because if there was a pad there, it might have left an impression.
No, you've sucked all the clues out of the office that you're going to find.
So it's either invisible ink or the fact that the pen went through the washer, like pulled the ink out or something.
Definitely, it's very possible because the pen had opened while going round, round, baby, round, round, like a record, baby, round, 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 round.
Wrestling, if one wanted to buy invisible ink in Chicago, where would one go?
Yeah, you go see this boy, Johnny Four Fingers. He'd probably help.
All right, that sounds reasonable.
Plus, there's a lot of joke shops or magic stores and shit, like for stage magic and all that kind of stuff. Plus, you could make it if you have any kind of chemistry skill. It's pretty easy to do. There's all kinds of ways to be visible ink. It's not hard because people are like, "Oh, isn't this fun? We're having fun." I mean, that lasts for about 5 minutes.
I mean, it's a rather expensive pen, so it seems kind of odd that it would be used with invisible ink. I think if she wanted to do invisible ink, I think she'd have just a kind of weird pen for that. I don't know. This seems more like a. There's a pen seems like a few $100s. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that means that probably if she was using some sort of invisible ink, it wouldn't be your joke shop grade invisible ink.
Mm-hmm.
She was using it for something serious, some serious communication or serious missive.
Mm-hmm.
And she wouldn't want it to fail. So
I'd buy that.
It's about 3 p.m. now.
I don't think she was a chemistry expert. Just saying. Being a hotel manager. Anyway, we should go. I call the sergeant's desk. You know, where they do the booking and stuff.
Yeah.
And I find out if the prostitute's still being held or if anybody came and bailed her out.
A guy named Johnny Four Fingers came and bailed her out. Almost.
He's gonna have 3 real quick.
Did he have an ID?
Oh yeah, you gotta have an ID. You can't just wander in and go, "I need my hose." And which
And
one? My hose.
Johnny Four Fingers? Didn't find that suspicious?
The sergeant.
Well, he's on camera, so let's take a look.
Oh, yeah. You recognize Johnny Four Fingers and stuff.
That's him.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's your pimp.
Pimp and invisible ink broker.
Possibly. I mean, if the setup was she let the prostitutes in, that means she was working with probably the pimp, and then any blackmail or stuff she might have given to him to press the people, and then she got a cut of whatever the blackmail take was, maybe, as a theory, as how the business system worked. But she was definitely a part of it.
Yeah, she wouldn't be doing this just out of the kindness of her heart, I don't think.
No. But she would be dealing with their manager. And then probably, since he's the criminal element, having him do the blackmailing so it doesn't get back to her, then she gets a cut of that. So maybe we press 4 fingers. Maybe make them 3 fingers.
Possibly even no fingers.
Vince, pay attention to your roll 20.
One possibility is, yeah, I mean, that's something worth pursuing. I wonder if it might be worth talking to the bartender back at the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want to do that anyway, see if he recognizes any of the people that were in the one video. So we have their headshots, see if any of them seem familiar to him. Or
yeah, question about that video with the spellcasters and all that.
It was in the unsorted.
It was in the unsorted, okay. So that's definitely one of the more recent ones.
Well, probably because it didn't involve anything that was... probably because it didn't involve anything that was obviously extortionable, you know?
Also, those coins that we examined earlier, the ones on the desk by the pictures, those are Russian.
They're Russian coins?
Mm-hmm.
Well, American coins, Russian custom. But also, just FYI, it's also like in Southeast Asia, some parts of it, they also do that. But given the choice between Russia or Southeast Asia, he's going with Russia because she's obviously not from Southeast Asia.
Do you have any organized crime contacts, Braslin, down here?
Well, I'm super acclimatized. I know I've got my Saul Goodman in this zone, but Saul Goodman doesn't know me in this body. They know me as an Australian bloke, not an Asian woman. So I don't know if we'd be able to use that person.
Corey, mute yourself between talking because you can still hear TV. Bitch.
I got me to shut up.
Can I roll my Hong Kong lore to see if that tells me anything about the coin layout thing?
Not really applicable. If you have Russian lore, that would.
Gotcha.
You want to try your Russian lore?
Everybody knows Russian lore.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah, you're pretty sure that it's just a Russian custom thing. It's not like if you don't put out coins that Putin will jump out of your closet and fucking have you executed or something. Or he might, but for a completely unrelated reason.
What, like if you total the coins up, like what denomination does it come out to? Does that seem significant?
No.
Okay.
The types and values seem to have absolutely no significance. The important thing is having the coins out, according to Vince Vega, Russian fucking cultural anthropologist.
Gotcha. Were all the coins completely different, or were there any duplicate, like 2 nickels?
No, all different, just miscellaneous shit.
Okay.
Penny, nickel, dime, quarter.
Whatever. The types and values seem to make no difference. The important thing is having the coins out. Much as like for Corey, having his hair in a man bun would be bad. Having coins is good.
Bad juju.
Right. He's gonna get a man bun eventually. You wait and see.
I want to see that. We could Photoshop one on him.
I like it. See to it. A big one too, like 1960s fucking hairdo on top of his head. That'd be good.
I have photoshopped man buns on people before.
That'd be nice.
Okay, so does the police department have like an organized crime unit? Oh, they do.
Yes, of course.
I call that department.
Grime.
I was wondering if you guys knew if the Russian mafia had any investment or anybody related to the hotel.
Not at all. No. In fact, there's not really any Russian mafia stuff going on here at all.
Okay, thank you.
He hangs up the phone and shows the Putin sitting there with a pistol. That's all right.
Cursiri.
Yeah.
Not me.
Vince, is that you?
Huh?
Vince, you're buzzing. Now you stop buzzing. Whatever you were doing, stop touching it.
You'll go.
Anything?
Your computer will go blind.
Okay, well, let's think about what to do. And I have to pee again.
This also happens when you get old, Vince. You pee a lot, and you like it. It's one of the few times you get to pee by yourself if you're a parent. Shows Jay going, I like peeing.
So, Logan, with that prestidigitation roll.
Oh, yeah, you made that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I had to play a reroll card, but I made it.
Yeah, you picked up. I'm not sure how much use it will be to you unless you want to break into this police station later. But
saving the option for later.
Have you been in somebody else's body before?
Yes.
I think
Give me a memory roll.
Yeah, I know that I won't be able to keep it. That's why I want to stash it. If that's what
There you
you're
go.
going
No memory roll required. Carry on. Because that's the funniest thing for me is when people go, okay, I got all kinds of shit, and then they leave the body and they go, hey, where did my shit go? And I go, hey, you're an idiot. So yeah, especially the people who've done it like 5 times, and they are surprised each and every time.
I was shot by a heavy rifle once in a different body, Richard gun. Just to remember the people I played or took incorporated or whatever.
I have no idea what you said, but you reached out. You touched.
Sorry. I'm like thinking and talking out loud.
So what I'm gonna do then, I'm gonna grab like one of the a manila folder from around the station.
Sure.
I'll put what I was able to grab in there. Tape it up, get it ready.
Cool. Yeah, you've got some badges of people who kind of look like Wrestling Rat a little bit. that kind of thing.
Grab a pen. I'll just keep that on me for now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you wanted to just mail it to, don't you have a PO box or something?
I've got. Well, there was a hotel that I was staying at for an extended period. My thinking was, since he's well known enough there and rented a room long term, I could maybe leave
Just
it with
mail
the
it
people there, and they would.
You drop it, you address it, stamp it, drop it in the mailbox, and then hopefully show up at the hotel within the next season. Otherwise, they'll put it lost and found. You know, all this police credentials.
Yeah, I'll do that. Just to go ahead and have it done.
Great. Make a note. You've got 2 different cops' badges and IDs and shit that you just fucking beep, beep, beep. They look vaguely like wrestling rad. They won't go through like close scrutiny, but
So are these like? Yeah, that's part of what I was wondering about. Is like, did they use key cards here to open certain rooms or anything?
No, it's pretty open here. Pretty much the only tricky bit is getting past the desk sergeant. Once you get past desk sergeant, then they assume that you're here. Or if you're like a visitor, they give you a visitor's badge, and then you have a patrolman assigned to like lead you around and shit, make sure you don't get into any trouble. Okay. But for the cops, once you get past the desk sergeant at this particular precinct, then they just assume that you're part of the good guys. Yeah.
Hello. I wanted to know real quick if we're still at the police station, if we do a search on the victim, if she has any priors or any info at all.
Yeah.
Give me a research roll. Lower is better, Corey.
Okay, to help you with that, I can show you what button to click on.
You could also run your own search if you wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah. You're now direct competition with him. Roll low for life. Okay. According to Corey's thing, he doesn't find any criminal record at all on this lady. She is squeaky clean. According to Raslin's search, he finds the same thing. And so that means it's all up to Vince. Vince, it all comes down to your research. Everything hinges on you. This is your big chance, Vince. Now, what
all right.
that is interesting is he did a deeper search, and it seems that she kind of sprung into existence about 20 years ago. He can find nothing further back than that. He appears to have sprung fully formed from the earth 20 years ago.
Has anybody done victim notification, like gone to the family to tell them that she's dead?
You check into it. Yes, they assigned a patrolman to do that. Or actually, it was your supervisor that pretty much they went over. Oh, we're very sorry. We're going to send some people by later and talk to you, and they left. You, of course, being those people, but yes, they know.
And then how did they take it?
Badly.
Okay. Well, we can go back to the hotel and ask about the people in the video. We can go to the victim's family and get some more information about her and poke around there and see if we can find anything. What else can we do?
Well, it's 3:30 now, so if you wanted to go to either place, so you'll be there at 15 after 4, because one of the weird things, Vince, about the Chicago area is anywhere you go to takes about 45 minutes. Doesn't matter where it is, it takes about 45 minutes. We don't know why this is. It could be 2 blocks away and take about 45 minutes. It could be across town and take about 40 minutes. It's weird.
Traffic.
Accurate.
See, I remember Chicago, or at least Illinois traffic in comparison to Montana. It's very different.
Yeah, they're more psychotic in Illinois. They've come to understand that their only chance out of the rat maze is through suicide. And since they're Americans, they have a very extroverted way of doing suicide, which results in mass murder.
That, and I think my apartment building has a higher population than Montana.
Right.
I think I said it's like 50,000 or something.
Yeah, in his apartment building, yes. There's a card for Corey.
Oh
So,
yeah, yeah, maybe going back to the hotel might be good. See,
I'll let you guys discuss plans because now Corey's got me in the mood to go pee. So I'll be right back.
Yeah, maybe the bartender.
Um,
I don't know if anybody's really going to recognize the people. Maybe they will. I don't know if that'll tell us much.
Well, we don't have any leads on who they were, but obviously they were involved in some dark shit.
or with
Not that that has anything to do with the murder, but
Right. I mean, that whole thing might just be a red herring.
yeah, I would agree. But I think we need to know more about her and her ties and who she's working with and all of that. That's the more practical path to figure out why she was killed. But I will say, those guys were super protective about what they were doing in that room.
covered up all the mirrors, reflections.
It's possible that if somehow they figured out that what they actually did and that business deal that didn't go through was actually recorded, they certainly look like the type of people that would certainly tie up loose ends or murder whoever was involved.
I agree.
9 times out of 10, when somebody's being blackmailed, they usually just pay it or they go to the authorities. You have to find somebody super shady to actually pull the trigger on somebody like that.
Yeah, they would probably fit the bill there. I mean, I think all the precautions they took was more of a maybe more of a magic thing.
Right. It indicates that they didn't want to be listened to. That it's not just the mirror coverings; they played the music too to cover the normal conversation. So that was their practical security measure, and then the mirror covering was their magical security. But either way, they didn't want to be heard. So, and the Asian guy was traveling with some rough customers, so could have pushed somebody or knocked some heads around and went too far. I don't know. If somehow they found out that they had gotten recorded, that might have led to a death. But we don't know if they did or not. We don't know if that's connected or how they could have figured it out.
Oh, remember the threatening call that she got a couple weeks ago?
That was like
Right.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we can get a phone dump, which will show us all the numbers that called into the phone, incoming calls to our phone, and see if anything stands out, any names stand out.
Possibly chase it back.
Let's see if we can do that while we're here, and then maybe
Yeah.
the next step should be to go talk to her husband and daughter.
Right. All right. Hey, Logan. Can we get the phone records for the last 2 weeks for her phone at the hotel?
Absolutely. It'll take some time to get them, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we definitely need that done.
No problem. Yeah, it'll take some time, but what do you want to do in the meantime?
I think we're going to go talk to the family.
All right, no problem. You guys cruise over to the family home. When you get there, the husband steps completely out of the house before shaking hands with everybody and thanking them for coming.